gbẹ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ gbiná nílé ẹjọ́ lénìí. Èní ni wọ́n gbé Kanu wá sí Federal High Court. Èní ni wọ́n dá ẹjọ́ Nnamdi Kanu. Lẹ́yìn atótónu àwọn agbẹjọ́rò àti àwọn adájọ́, wọ́n ní Kanu jẹ̀bi ẹ̀sùn tí wọ́n fi kàn án. Wọ́n sì fi sí ẹ̀wọ̀n gbére. Wọ́n ní ó yẹ kán pa ni. Wọ́n ní ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n fojú àánú wò ó. Ẹ̀wọ̀n gbére ni wọ́n ju Kanu sí o. Ẹ̀sùn méje ni wọ́n kà sí Kanu lọ́rùn. Ẹ̀sùn àkọ́kọ́, mo máa sọ díẹ̀ nínú àwọn ẹ̀sùn tí wọ́n fi kàn. Ẹ̀sùn àkọ́kọ́, wọ́n ní ó dúnkokò mọ́ àwọn ìjọba wípé òun máa pa wọ́n. Ẹ̀sùn kejì, wọ́n ní ó ń gba àwọn ará ìlú níyànjú pé kí wọ́n máa kó àwọn nǹkan olóró wọ ìlú Nàìjíríà kí wọ́n lè máa fi ṣiṣẹ́ kíṣẹ́, àwọn bíi bọ́ǹbù, ìbọn. Ó ní ẹ̀sùn kẹta, wọ́n ní ìgbà tó tún gbé Kanu wá sí ilé ẹjọ́, ó tún lé fùrùkọ́kọ́ mọ́ àwọn agbẹjọ́rò, àwọn adájọ́. Àwọn ẹ̀sùn méje ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni wọ́n kà sí Kanu lọ́rùn. Ó ní ó jẹ̀bi. Ẹ̀wọ̀n gbére ni wọ́n ju Kanu sí báyìí. Ẹ̀yin tèmi máa gbẹnu tán. Kódà ọgbà ẹ̀wọ̀n tí wọ́n fẹ́ gbé Kanu lọ, wọn ò tí ì sọ o. Wọ́n ní Kùjé prison ló yẹ kó gbé lọ, wọ́n ní ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n dàbẹ́ ni pé ibẹ̀ kò fi taratara, kò fi safe fún Kanu. Ṣùgbọ́n wọn ò tí ì sọ ọgbà ẹ̀wọ̀n tí wọ́n fẹ́ gbé Kanu lọ.
Well, today we forever live in exile. Today is the only day I have witnessed a man being convicted for mere public for what he said from his mouth, not what he did with his own hands. The verdict is not consistent with the evidence laid before the court. The sentence is overbroad, cruel, and unusual. How can you convict a man for making mere broadcasts from a location that was never named, and he never started that broadcast to any single incident of violence, or even someone slapping someone, not to talk of terrorism? He did all this. He didn't lay any evidence. I don't know where this whole verdict can be grounded in law, logic, or facts. We disagree with the judgment vehemently, and we are going to fight it from here onwards until justice is done. Judgment is not based on law. It's not based on facts. It's based on politics. It's based on some primordial sentiments. Just because Nnamdi Kanu is Igbo, an Igbo man has become the person in Nigeria that should be trampled upon. I'm not saying this because I'm Igbo. I'll say it for the House of Yoruba who gets trampled upon. But today we saw an Igbo man being trampled upon, and by God Almighty, we are not going to allow it. Nobody is going to trample on me. Nobody is going to trample on Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is not a terrorist. He's a man that was pursuing change. To pursue a separate nation of yours is not a crime. So in Nigeria today, if somebody says don't be silly, you get convicted. Nnamdi Kanu may broadcast, and so what? And you convict him for terrorism, for mere words in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. What kind of precedent is being laid? So from here, we are heading to the Court of Appeal. The Court of Appeal is the only court in this country, or the next court in this country, that sits as a jury. We are going to approach justices there to check out what happened in court today. And we are pretty sure the justices will agree with us that today was the symbol of the clemency of justice that everybody has been suspecting all along. If the Court of Appeal disagrees with us, we head to the Supreme Court. But by God Almighty, Nnamdi Kanu is not going to stand convicted. He's going to get overturned. Thank you.
Hey, Joe. Who is this man now?
Okay. I'm assuring you, this judgment is predicated on anger. Thank God that the judgment was explained live and everybody watched it. You see the anger in delivering the judgment. And it's not predicated on law. Now, I also want to let you know that this charge, that the investigation that gave rise to this charge was not investigated. Because Nnamdi Kanu's statement, purported statement, was rejected by this court. And they did not tender any document as an investigation report. That is to say, the investigation was not, the offense was not investigated. Having said that, also, something that happened in court today, Nnamdi Kanu filed a matter in court of appeal. And he's asking my lord, that particular matter I filed in court of appeal anchored on this particular issue. Please, can you just suspend this judgment? Let court of appeal direct what to do. My lord refused. Now, on the issue of anger, you journalists will bear with Nnamdi Kanu. Nigerian government and the judiciary are not fair to Nnamdi Kanu. What do I mean? Nnamdi Kanu was given judgment by court of appeal. Federal government refused to comply with that judgment given by court of appeal until after 8 days before the appeal against us. When we get to the Supreme Court directed prosecution what to do. Amend this particular charge. Nnamdi Kanu was saying that, please, can you amend this charge? They refuse. With the combined effect of all this, okay, now I'm assuring you that this judgment will not stand. The court of appeal will do justice. I also want to plead with the judiciary.
You say you are forcing them to come back. That he wants to talk.
To file his appeal because he has 19 days to file his appeal. And the judge said that and also enjoy the media. We have the record of proceedings from the day that I came till today. I want you to check the record of proceedings and evidence tendered. Reconcile it with the judgment. Now you now see what we are talking about. You are bringing British into this matter, bringing America into this matter. You are now trying to so that the British and America will be against Nnamdi Kanu. Something that was not an issue, that was never given evidence on, and they are raising the issue. So this is a judgment against the Igbos. This is a judgment against the people of Southeast, and it's because of Nnamdi Kanu that you cannot give this kind of judgment to a northern. You cannot give it to a southwestern. You cannot give it to another tribe in Nigeria apart from the Igbos. And we are going to start against it because it has happened in this country against some other persons, including